intro.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Super Desperation Radio! Go!
I just want to say right now, I should at least get +2 for hot dogs.
No, because I can eat more hot dogs than you can.
Are you a hot dog lord?
I know, but I do enjoy a good hot dog with
Maybe
Beaver
you could
brand
get
spicy
+2
mustard.
for corn dogs.
I should.
Who's your
Corn dogs are
motherfucker?
nasty, man.
There's nothing quite like a hot dog with Beaver brand spicy mustard. That's our plug for the day. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Super Desperation Radio. I am your host, Hellpockets, joined by my co-host, Gibby, and Super Effects, because we are currently without Tony and Sanchez.
Because they're the same person.
Damn, got him.
Can't even
I
defend
got
himself
a
or
text
himself.
I got a text saying they're getting on now. So I don't know which persona they're gonna adopt today, but they're definitely getting on.
One of them will be here.
I believe that the Sanchez half of the equation may not be on the show tonight. I've been looking at his recent tweets.
Oh, hold on. Let me check his tweet.
I think he may be meeting our other lost member of SDR for some dinner.
In a dark alley? Like he's over here like keeping secrets from us?
No, I mean it's not really a dark alley. It's just more like a well-lit alley, probably somewhere in LA. So I guess, dark in its lack of happiness.
Oh, yeah, possibly. Well, that means I guess you'll have to do the send-off for us then, because we won't be able to properly. I guess we could always do it when she finds her way to wherever she's going.
Yeah, she's going back. She's going back east. She's returning to the mothership.
Oh, shiza. We lost her, guys.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because she needed to. But so how's everybody's weekend? It was awesome for me because I have the internet now.
Yeah, you sound like you do.
Hold on, Chris. Please tell us a bit more about this internet.
So you see, in 2016, most Americans actually have an ability to connect to the World Wide Web from their home. I previously did not have this for 20-something days after moving.
That sounds awful.
It was actually the shittiest thing ever because I had to go to a coffee shop to do work, and then I had to go to my buddy's house and steal his Wi-Fi just to be on the show every week for the last 2 weeks, right? 2 or 3 maybe? I can't even remember.
Yeah. I would say it's about.
And then there was the week that I was on my phone, and that was fucking atrocious. So it's sad times, but it's all okay now. So far so good with the internet we have here. Surprisingly, I was, obviously I had FiOS in Southern California, so I was figuring, well, this is going to be fucking awful. But so far so good. It's not as good, obviously, but right now it's good enough, and that's really what I needed.
As long as it's good enough, you can get online, play games while downloading torrents. And you should be good.
I can't even do that, honestly, man. Like, I can't even upload YouTube videos while playing KOF. It just totally kills it.
Oh yeah, there's no way you're gonna be able to do that because most people don't have any kind of real upload. Like, I don't have a real upload anymore. I used to, even on Wi-Fi when I had FiOS, I could do I was 25 to 30 up.
Damn.
I get max 5 up probably right now. So, but at the same time, I mean, I don't really torrent things anymore. I don't.
Yeah, does anybody do that?
I don't. I'm sure a lot of people still do. I just don't. I stream everything now. I pay for streaming on everything. I have Spotify. I have 18 wrestling streaming services. So
everything's perfect for you if you don't want to pay too much, but you want everything available right now. Just stream it.
Yeah, exactly. And so far, I've been able to stream everything. We've been streaming multiple things at one time in the house, so that's working out.
All right, that's good. Cool.
So thumbs up for now. Let's hope it stays that way.
Hey man, it seems to be working out right now. And this is probably the most intense thing you're going to be doing with your internet.
I hope so. Shit. Well, unless I decide to actually start streaming at some.
Yeah, you could start doing that, and then you'd be in the same pain I'm in every time.
Yeah, I streamed one day and it wasn't that bad, except for the fact that my mic is shit. My mic is shit because I don't have a mixer. This needs a mixer.
Yeah, you need to get that run thing through a filter. So that's actually another update for everybody who doesn't know. Mike guy Gibby. I actually called you Mike because I was thinking of your microphone. Just call you your new name. His new name is Mike. Mike Fields.
Wow, there you go.
Mike Z.
Mike Manchester.
You're the new Mike Z. Mike Z. There we go.
No, my baby brother is Mike Z, but my nickname in junior high used to be Microphone, aka Mike, because I had this beautiful fro and I looked like the palest goddamn microphone you ever seen. And I'll see if I can find pictures.
Yes,
there aren't very many pictures of me between the ages of like 12 and 18.
No, I bet.
But I'll find it. I know I have some. I got a yearbook here. God damn it!
You have a yearbook?
Somewhere.
I don't even have any of my yearbooks.
I got a yearbook because I was in a very special class, and they're like, "Oh, here, you guys get the yearbook for free." I'm like, "Okay, sick." And then people signed it, and I don't even know half these fucking people.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got a new microphone though, and it sounds a lot better. Can we have a look at it?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's put it into view here. Come here, little guy. Ooh. Can you see it right now, Chris?
No, I cannot see it.
That. Here, let's just.
There you go.
There you go. Can you see
look at that beautiful cable with the pop filter, and put it down a little bit downwards, a little down, like push. No, the mic, the camera.
Oh, point the camera down.
Yeah. You can see the full body. See, this is like porn for me. Like pull up the mic. Got to see the body, the base. There we go. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Love that thing.
Oh, is that what you have, Chris? Is it the same thing?
It is not what I have, but it is a condenser mic. So
okay,
it is something similar to it. I forget which model it was. It actually might not be the same.
Mine is a Neewer NW700, I believe.
Right, and so
it says right here. Yeah, Neewer NW700.
Hello. I am home, and my computer is now finally on.
Sick.
The PG&E has come to turn your lights back on, huh?
Yeah, it kind of feels that way.
Okay. Well, we were just admiring Gibby's new microphone, and I was going to segue from streaming talk to speaking of streaming talk, we had a big stream in Japan this whole week, actually. Tokyo Game Show 2016. Probably the best looking stream
Chris,
for Tokyo Game Show. I rolled a 2.
Mm-hmm.
So what's my stat for that?
You can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
No, this we'll talk about.
I gotta fix this anyway.
Yeah, fix the setup. Tokyo Game Show streamed Street Fighter V tournament. I personally didn't watch it. I saw a lot of complaints about it on Twitter from people who were there.
I was gonna say the same thing. I didn't watch any of it, but yeah, I definitely saw the people who you don't actually see ever complain about running events either.
Exactly.
Like Justin Wong.
Yeah.
Basically talking about how it was just really poorly run, really poorly organized, even though they had people there who are experienced TOs and event runners, and it's just kind of like, well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what happened. A lot of people assumed that it was a precursor to Evo Japan or somehow related to Evo Japan. I highly doubt that, because if it were, it would have. People wouldn't have complained the way they did.
Yeah.
Anthony, mute yourself on Skype.
Oh, whoops! I'm so sorry. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So I heard. I think it was GamerBee that won. Let me go look up these here results.
I believe that's right.
Yes, Bruce Almighty did win his first premiere.
But the other thing too, though, that I heard, that speaking of brackets, is that even people. So apparently there were a couple matches that were played that were not supposed to be played.
Yeah.
There was like a whole thing with, it was like Bonchan and Chris T, I want to say.
Yeah, that was what I heard, and that's like really unfortunate considering what happened.
And they played, and they weren't supposed to play, and then Bonchan played somebody else and lost, and Chris T played somebody else and won, and it was like, well, that's
That's
fucking
shitty.
awkward. Yeah, that's awkward.
And I'm hearing like Bonchet was like visibly pissed off about it when he heard about it. He was just like, "What? Like, are you
I
serious?"
would be too.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, that's
No, you should be pissed off. This happens here and there at a lot of tournaments. In some tournaments, this happens a lot. It happened SCR 2012 for KOF 13, and it really pissed me off because no one knew what to do, and I'm like, well, we gotta rewind this whole section of the bracket and make everybody play again. And it was the dumbest shit. And people don't understand how bad that is for a tournament. Not only how bad it looks, but how it affects time. Because it takes a lot of time to run all those matches all over again. You wasted like an hour and a half, 2 hours playing 7 to 10 matches.
Yeah.
Now you gotta replay all those matches and waste the same exact amount of time.
Well, and you know what's worse too is that I've definitely been in situations where you can't go back.
Yeah,
Like basically a tournament gets so far. Like a couple years ago at Evo, I was in. What was it? It was I want to say it was the Plus R side event, and I guess somebody either misheard me report or something. Somehow it happened. I got put in losers, and I didn't find out because there's no way until you play somebody who you already know is in losers as well.
Yeah.
And I had to play somebody who I knew was in losers, and I'm like, wait a second, are you in losers? It's like, yeah, and I'm like, hold on, and it's like 5 matches are gone or something like that, and it's like, well, you're not going back now.
Yeah, the stupid thing is, and I don't want to say it's stupid because it is and it isn't, but it's your responsibility to see where you are in the pool. Make sure you haven't been misplaced because the bracket runner will screw up every now and then. But at the same time, when they screw up and you don't catch it till it's too late, it's your fault. They blame you for it. Like, oh, you should have said something earlier. It's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I think it was easily, and I told them at the time, I'm like, it was an honest mistake. They either misheard me or something got misconstrued. So honestly, I was just like, it's cool. You just take me out, but it's like, just give me my $5 back and we're square. Like, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But happening at a big event like TGS, not cool.
So that's the one thing is that this happened in at an event that, I mean, they pretty much, like you said, they had everybody there available. What did I roll?
Oh no, I'm just thinking around.
And you can't just do that and be like, oh, it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's like a gun.
So after we get done with this, I'll explain it to everybody.
Okay,
but.
It's TGS, and not only that, you just had the Evo Japan announcement, and everybody's there, and it's a Capcom premiere event, which has not
all eyes are on it.
All eyes are on it, and this is going to be an argument I have later on. But I think that the fact that people were so starved for a premiere event because there's so many ranking events really meant that people were on this and hoping that this would go like perfectly and everything would go great. And I think the actual tournament, as far as the results go, by and large, pretty good. But when you get all this stuff like holding it down, mudding up the waters and whatnot, it just kind of feels like, man, are we like moving forward, or like parts of us like kind of dangling behind as like the Evo brand, the 10-0 brand, the Level Up brand just kind of pushed forward into esports.
Well,
and
if I'm correct, they've always had tournaments at TGS the last couple of years, right?
Exactly. Yes. So it's not the first time.
So I think maybe this is just sort of the tournament itself is a remnant of older tournaments and how they were run, and instead of having a new standalone event which would be done in the style of the rest of CPT, I think maybe they kind of piggybacked onto an older event with older infrastructure, and it just kind of ended up causing some problems for players this year. Mm-hmm. That's my thought, at least.
That's most likely the one of the issues. Because CPT definitely isn't running its own events. It's basically piggybacking off of existing events and giving it status and whatnot. And unfortunately, that doesn't work out every time. Sometimes you go to an event and you piggyback on it, and it's like, wow, these guys ain't that good. Like the audio situation for the stream. The stream was terrible audio. Z.
Oh, was it?
Z sounded like me screaming into a mic.
That's too bad. It's really awful when, especially, you just kind of have poor everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's just unfortunate, and it's not just Japan Cup, and I've noticed this. This is happening at least in terms of the stream quality. It's happening in like various areas in that region. I don't know what it is, but a lot of those streams just aren't good, and it could be because of firewalls and whatnot, or just people aren't even set up to stream at that level out there. But a lot of those broadcasts are just they're not at the snuff, and there's no reason that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
They've got good people working these streams. So
Great
we know it's quality people working it. We just don't know why it's not coming out right. Maybe it's the equipment they're given, because they may not be able to bring their equipment into Japan.
Possibly.
Or it could just be the internet at the venue. Or I'm pretty sure it's a combination of both.
Who can answer this? Hans.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, well, I'm sure they know now, but they may not have known beforehand, because Capcom USA may not have known beforehand who was actually handling it, because that part of it could have been handled by somebody else.
Like maybe they gave the contract to a name, but then that name hired some people, and they were just like, "Oh, these people are on your team," and it's like, "Well, too late now."
It could be any number of things, just because, I mean, although it was, they used CPT format, maybe was Capcom Japan the ones who organized everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we don't know that, It's just kind of, it's a frustrating thing for the players, especially since it seemed like there was a ton of US players there this year.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, quite a few went out there.
And I was actually surprised to see how many people, like, I was just on Twitter, and like random people would get RT'd on my feed. I'm like, these people are in Japan. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah, and
because it's people you didn't really expect. I didn't really hear that much going into it. Although I don't really pay that much attention to Street Fighter V, but still.
I mean, when I saw Guilty was in Japan for Street Fighter, I was just like, whoa, what? Like, all right.
Yeah.
So, it was great opportunity for them. Just, hopefully, this is the last year we have to put up with something like that. I would hope that maybe next year there's more of an attempt to push a standardized broadcasting experience across the board if you're going to be on the CPT bill, especially for premier events. If you're going to do ranking, then probably not that big of a deal. But if it's premier,
I would agree with that.
If it's premier, man, you gotta bang that out.
So, kind of moving on from that, because I don't want to beat a dead horse too long. Rest of TGS didn't have a ton of information for fighting games. Obviously, we got announcements of things to come, which is like announcements of announcements. Tekken 7, Bandai Namco announced that there would be more information coming during Paris Game Show about the console release of Tekken 7, basically saying that they were going to reveal console stuff, like what's going to be exclusive to console, or at least, first to console.
Yeah.
And then obviously SNK had a little talk where they didn't go into too many details about the future, although they speculated on what might happen. And then of course they announced that there was going to be an update coming in October, to which the response on Twitter was hilarious immediately, because everybody's like, yeah, fuck Nakaruru, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I was gonna try to bring that up later in the show, but we'll see.
So, I mean, you want to go into it now? I mean, we're talking about TGS. We can talk about SNK and all that.
It's not my place. This die is going to determine whether or not we talk about it. So since I have it on
you might as well get it on now. Yeah.
So check it out. I've got these D&D dice. Okay, I've had these for quite some time. But tonight's show, all topics are going to be determined by this dice roll. We need a roll of 14 or higher in order to discuss the topic we want to talk about. There are only 2 or 3 topics that we're not doing this with. And if you guys feel like you guys want to have us talk about something, just tell us in chat. Tweet us at SDR, and we'll talk about something. The dice is going to roll. I guess 17, we'll talk about it. Did I just chip my die? No, I didn't. Okay. So, we'll see. I want to talk about this patch shit, but if I can't roll high enough, we're not talking about this patch shit.
Oh my god.
So it's going to be an amazing show, everybody.
This is actually going to be really terrible.
Hold on.
It's going to be really terrible.
I just rolled a 12 plus my my +2 for ranting. I got 14. Fuck you, Anthony. This is going to be amazing.
Wow. You gotta show the camera what you rolled. This is the honor system.
Well,
He's
I
an
can
honorable roller.
see. Can you see it? Can you make it out at all?
Yeah.
This is an 8 right now. Should be
Yeah.
an 8. I don't know what number this is. I'm just flashing random numbers on the camera.
It looks good enough.
But yeah, we are gonna what time is it? 6:51. Yeah, we're good. But what else got announced? Evo Japan. A
Evo
lot of
Japan.
Oh yeah.
information. So it's gonna be January 2018. So we have an entire year and 4 months, 6
Save up
months
money.
to get ready for this. So
Yeah,
you
if
can
we
definitely
see some
save up
last
money.
minute Evo Japan GoFundMe's like the last 2 weeks. Somebody
Holy
did
That's,
Japan.
crap,
you know what?
dude.
That's going to be godlike. I'm actually going to schedule my tweet right now for it.
You do know people will do it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
of course
already.
they would.
It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be
a
like
couple names in
it's gonna
mind.
be the scummiest of goddamn players doing it, and not even scummy people at the same time. It's just gonna
You
be
mean broke
like, you
people,
know
man.
what? I don't have enough money to do this. I need another.
Like Evo's like what? Like you get like you understand what block it's gonna be essentially, but you know he's not so hammered out until like the last 6 months before it or something like that. You have over a year to plan to go to Japan. If you have like help send me out to Japan, also I don't have a passport. Just help me pay for an expedited passport. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be
So
really
wait,
pissed.
does that mean that the real strat right now is actually starting your GoFundMe right now for?
Yeah, I would
Yes,
be totally fine
yes.
with that. If people did it beforehand, I don't got a goddamn problem with that. If you want to do everything while it's cheap, without having to rely on the community in order to take all the funds that you need, like, oh shit, last minute I wanted to go to Evo Japan, I'm gonna need like 3 Gs at this point. Hey, give me 3 Gs. When right now you could be like, well, it's just gonna be expensive, but I can at least get 1,000 to get everything I need. If I don't have a passport, if I still need a hotel, if I need a flight, like you could plan all of this, you know?
Yep. And for a good estimate, we'll say if you're gonna be out there for an entire week, you'll need maybe if you're just going out there for the tournament, hotel, food, all that stuff, $1,500 to $2,000. That's what you'll need,
I would
roughly
say
around
so,
that
yeah,
much.
for a couple days.
And if you intend on traveling, like buying shit, then you're gonna have to bring at least $3K.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna ask people for money, and you're gonna ask for the higher amount, you're a piece of shit. Okay. You go with what you need, and then everything else comes out of your pocket.
And you
Don't
make it
be
all-
that person.
You make the rest of it at Pachinko.
Pachinko's a dying thing in Japan. You're not making anything.
Yeah, why don't you go money match people at the arcade and see how well you do there?
Oh man,
Yeah. I'm down to money match
playing
people out there.
Blade
Rock and roll.
Arcus.
It'll be sick.
Not money matching anybody. I'll just-
Good.
the
I
arm
want
wrestle.
I want you to keep that. I'm gonna get you a charm, and it's gonna be like the don't money match charm.
that Chris
Oh,
keep
that's
your hands
gonna
in
be-
your pocket.
Y'all, I'm gonna need about 3 to 4K. Just
From where you're at, yeah.
I'll
shit.
give you 3,000 to 4,000 yen. How about that?
I'll still take it. I'll still take it. Give it.
How about a couple pesos? You know?
No,
yeah.
man, I gotta fund my my buying habits for Japanese video games while I'm there.
Dude,
Yeah,
like,
he's got a super
freaking-
potato.
Come
and
back
be
with like 5 suitcases. Like it's
So
cool.
essentially,
guys.
I pawned off my return ticket so I could buy more super potato shit. But
I gotta go.
But
out
here's
there.
another GoFundMe. Now bring me back to the country.
I gotta.
you
go
know
out there
that
and
that's
buy my
happened
burrito.
before.
I know.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm.
But we can't.
And-
Everybody knows about
Yeah,
that.
we'll
problem is,
we'll
right?
leave it there. And
Yeah.
let it.
But yeah, the
I'm
moral of the
having a
story
good
is
day.
if you need help getting out to Evo Japan,
Just
do it
ask for
now.
it. Yeah, now. Just ask for it now.
If someone is being a responsible person, but they're like, look, it's not within my means, but this is something I would really like to do sometime in the future. I don't know what's going to happen from here to now, but as long as I play my cards right, I should be able to get time off. Look forward to this, plan in advance. I'm totally down to helping you. If it's 2 weeks and it's crunch time and you're like, please help me out. I really need to get to Evo Japan. $7,000 so I can.
I'll split the winnings with you when I make top 8.
Yeah,
Remember
I
that
know.
shit?
Yep.
Yeah,
No, that's not. That's no.
that's
Hell
something
no.
else. Don't do that, man.
So yeah, all we have for Evo Japan right now is January 2018. I don't think we have dates yet, which is fine. We don't really need dates at this point in time. No games, of course, but they showed a list of all the different communities they're working with in Japan, and
It's a huge list.
yeah, it's a huge list of goddamn near every community you could think of for the most part, and
What's
this is a
really
good thing.
What's really interesting about it is it's a lot of the names on that list are for games that you would not have thought would have been in an Evo tournament in 2016. There are games that were in Evo 10 years ago, but not necessarily anything other than that.
Oh, you talking about the ST purists?
No, like Third Strike.
No, there's Third Strike. There's the VSAF community. There's a Virtual
Yeah.
Fighter community. There's every single community you could think of for the most part is there. And on top of that, they said these are just some of the communities we're working with. More will be announced in the future. So you can take a guess some of the communities they're working with. I didn't see any SNK stuff on there like that I can remember, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be working with dueling the KOF.
Mm-hmm.
They have to. If it's in Japan and you want to work with like the King of Fighters community, you go with them.
Well,
You're going to go with the people that did Total Eclipse and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. The thing is though, is like they can get that done because Japanese communities for fighting games are just like super active. Like there just seems to be events happening all the time year round, and I know a lot of people are.
Yeah.
We look forward to that shit every year. You know.
Well, it's not only events are happening year round. Like, I'm gonna bring up Mark of the Wolves because I know it. They're like TRF. They have 3 Mark of the Wolves tournaments a week, 3 to 4 a week, every week. Why? Like, you can't do that here in the States with one game. People aren't gonna show up all the time. They did it out there. Initially, it was beginner, intermediate, and expert level tournaments, and now it's like, hey, just come. Just don't be one of those high level players that play in the goddamn beginner tournament.
Wait, that's what you do?
Do I?
Yeah. How do you do
I
it?
mean,
level?
isn't every U.S. tournament at this point a beginner tournament?
Basically, yeah, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Scumbag Gibby here.
But yeah,
Everybody's
hey.
lunch money.
hey, you can
I
find
got
out.
you.
That's all you're getting is lunch money because people
Exactly.
won't play that game for more than like $1 entry.
Hey, on top of that, no one's gonna play me for money. This has
Hey
been
man,
proven.
now
Except for Hellbox.
you and Nock can actually go out there and actually prove your top 3 now.
What are you talking about? Knock has a life now.
Oh, that's right, he does. He has an awesome.
He's
girlfriend.
living good. I'm still sitting here, broken back, broken hands, bills, mortgage payment, all this crap.
rolling the
Oh
dice.
man, you that song Bills.
Yeah. It's awful. But
Yeah, so
we mentioned tournaments, and we here at SDR and Team Spooky and 10OLLC have been talking about doing a possible King of Fighters 14 online tournament. It would be a bi-weekly thing that we would run SDR, and we would have commentators. We would do the whole 9 for it, and we want to gauge interest on it, see if you guys are willing to participate in it, want to watch it, like how involved do you want to be with it.
Yeah.
As of right now, there's no prizes right now. There's no anything. This is just an idea that we'd like to kick off. The sooner the better, because KOF 14's online it's good. It's spotty here and there, but I've played people all around the country with no issues. And then randomly, I was playing Ringe earlier, who lives in SoCal, like about 2 hours from me, and it turned to shit. Like, it was great, and then it went bad. But the game can definitely have an online tournament scene of some sort. Will it be the best? No, it's not going to be the best because it's online. Online tournaments are never great. But hey, Street Fighter V has, from what people tell me, because I haven't played Street Fighter V online, has worse online play than 14. It's a lot of lag, a lot of delay, a lot of issues with it that 14 doesn't seem to have, which could help 14, because if people are playing Street Fighter V, they'll play
And
this.
you know what? I'm sure that between all of us, they may not always be the highest quality, everybody needs it prize, but we could probably all scrounge up something between all of us to give winners.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey, look, I mean, like, on my desk alone, look, see, I got a Hagode, I got a slime of some kind, I got a black slime, I got children's slimes, I got beard oil, I got a nutsack. See this? I got everything.
what?
We can definitely do this. What's wrong?
but yeah, it's just something we've thought about doing because it would be fun. And I know people do want to see more
Yeah, and not
of the
just-
game right now.
And this isn't just extended to you guys. Obviously, maybe some of you don't want to play, but there's other people that you would like to see involved. Definitely get the word out there so you spread the interest, Maybe
Yeah.
there's certain matchups, certain characters you want to see, And, I mean, there's really nothing against you joining, It's not really going to be like I'm pretty sure there's no entry fees, nothing. They're just going to, have some entertainment time, some quality time spent, stuff like that.
Yeah. obviously it's totally meant for what you guys want. So what the players and the fans would want from this is what they would get out of it. We're not going to try to, like, you know, run too many what would I say constraints, I guess, because some people were talking about somebody should do West Coast and East Coast, and that might be the only thing, because we obviously want it to be playable, but at the same time, you know, that just means, you know, there will be an option for somebody else on another part of the country to participate in it. So really looking forward to your feedback on this. Where can they hit us up at?
So message us at SDR. So tweet us at SDR and tweet me at Manchester. Tag us both and let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to put up a tweet later on tonight, possibly tomorrow at a better time when more people can see it. And, you know, I'll just schedule it right now, make it easy. Or just put up the tweet right now.
Every day.
And make it easy, yeah. So we definitely want this to happen, but of course it's going to require people, and you are the people.
Yeah.
We have, 300 people watching right now, something like that. I can't make it out.
253.
But yeah, that's this rounded up as 300. So we got 300 people watching right now, and that should be enough people to gauge interest, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Spread it around.
Yep.
And if we were to do it, what we do know right now is it would be bi-weekly. It would be streamed here on Team Spooky, and we'd have like various commentators commentate it, and it would be Team Spooky quality stuff. So you know what you're getting with Team Spooky. There might be a beard or two thrown in there. I don't know.
Possibly. I wouldn't be streaming it because my laptop sucks right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But it would be a high quality stream with just the stuff that Team Spooky brings, and it would be done I don't want to say professionally, but done moderately professionally, semi-professionally, kind of professionally. It'll be done, okay? But we just need you guys in order to get this up and running.
I mean, basically, yeah. I would say this is basically a larger version of the SDR Open. In fact, we might even call it that shit.
Mm.
No? You don't want to call it that?
No.
All right.
Oh man, we've got Mr. Tenno in chat right now. Chris
Mr.
Segler.
Chegley. He's like, are you guys
I
talking
don't
about
know
the
what
tournament?
happened. I'm just talking about this, and boom, he just magically shows up.
Are you talking about my idea?
Mm-hmm.
He could just
Well, yeah,
show up in the Discord and talk about it. I mean,
He definitely can.
he could, like, anytime. Just ask what Mr. Wizard thinks about this.
Yeah, we should
But-
get him on the show.
Yeah, possibly.
So
No, but I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be good. I know a lot of people have been wanting to do stuff with KOF, and there's been a lot of offline tournaments. We had something last weekend with Thunderstruck and whatnot, and that was humongous. We had some Mexico players that people have been hoping would come out. They came out, and people got bodied.
man, speaking of Thunderstruck,
Wait,
one of my buddies was talking. Hold on, one of my buddies was talking about how the overlay looked like WCW Thunder. That's all I had to say about it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because I didn't watch any of this.
I watched enough of Thunderstruck. I watched Melee because I thought KOF was starting at the time, and then I watched KOF. It was, I don't know, the viewership wasn't really too big for it, which is kind of strange. We were doing a stream of our own, and for whatever reason, we had more viewers than like high level tournament. It was.
Was it? What,
I don't get it.
During high level melee?
No, high level KOF.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the melee at Thunderstruck was high level. I don't know melee. All I know is what is it? Dreamland. That's it.
Yeah, it's a sick song. I'm gonna say, man, twitch.tv/Hellpox is beating high level melee. It's about time. But
That'd be great, right?
So we definitely had an offline tournament, and there's definitely plenty of buildup around it, surrounding the major season that's going to be happening next year. But I think an online tournament is just going to be something that gets people really riled up for the game. It's going to be regular. It's going to be keeping the game in your face. I think it's going to be free, obviously, so you don't have to lose anything other than probably self-respect. And let me tell you, that's hard to come by when you lose 5-2. So don't do that.
You know what? You did it to yourself.
I had to mention it because he deserves to be mentioned. Meta Abe beat me in the first of 5 yesterday. It was 5-2. I skanked out 2 wins from him in a very questionable fashion. But the point is, he beat me. I suck. That's why I'm just a commentator. Just a commentator. It was fun though. I actually it renewed something that I didn't think was lost in me, but like it reminded me, like, hey, like I do this, and
renewed the hate.
The hate, man. Damn, I popped off so hard after that too. Shit.
That was actually one of the best rants I've heard in a while. I don't think any of us could actually stop laughing at that. It was so good.
I think like I just couldn't. I accepted that I lost, and I wasn't like trying to like, you know, take his victory away from him, but I just couldn't let him have it 100%. I was like, what can I say to just make this sting a little less than it already does? Oh, I know. Hey, remember that time I beat you in tournament? But no, hats off to Abe. Can't wait to work with him. And that's another reason why I want this to happen, because it gives a chance for me and other commentators to start working together, because there's been an issue with some of the commentary in KOF as far as offline tournaments go.
As far as Trip Guard Anti-Air goes.
Trip Guard Anti-Air, you know.
Look, don't make me roll this dice so I can talk, all right?
I'm not going to talk about that, but like, you know, the commentary overall, it can get better. That's the thing. It can get better, and I want it to get better. And so things like this are how those get better. It's akin to things like weekly locals, you know, and sometimes you can't make it out to a weekly local every time. But if you're sitting at home and you have 5 hours to spend and you want to commentate a match and you don't suck completely, maybe commentating an online tournament will help just a little bit, you know? And anybody can do it. It's not like, you know, you need to be part of the SDR.
No, hell no. Fuck that. Not everybody can do it.
Well,
fuck that.
Well, I mean, anybody can literally...
I'm changing the rules.
No, I understand what Chris is saying.
I'm not
basically,
saying...
like, I'll use
He doesn't mean anybody.
No, I'll use Wednesday Night Fights as an example. We've seen Sajam and Ringe start commentating King of Fighters 14.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them are known for KOF or anything, but I know both of them are learning the game, trying to pick up the game, and they're both doing a great job on commentary. Like a really, really good job on commentary.
Right, and I'll say it.
And off the street.
Whoa.
I'll tell you,
Gotta be
much,
handy
like,
with the steel.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Sajam is a good guy. I like him. He trolls me at Evo about KOF for some reason. I don't know why he hates KOF so much, but I wouldn't have chosen him the first.
Hates KOF.
That would have not been my first choice to commentate KOF. Not that I thought it would have been bad. I just never would have thought it would have happened. You know. And it's happening. So I'm like, hey, yeah, I do think, you know, a lot of people that you don't even normally picture as a KOF commentator or any kind of game commentator can actually do it if they're given the venue for it and the freedom. So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping will happen with this. I don't mean like we'll invite anybody into the Discord chat and you can just start popping off about that shit. That's Southtown days. That's over.
All right.
Like if you're playing,
I just meant the whole sense of like, yeah.
Well, the other thing is like if you're playing a match and you know if you're in a tournament and you're playing a match and you want to stream it, you can probably commentate your own stream. So that's another outlet.
This isn't like some like I understand what you're trying to say. Like it's not exclusive to whoever like we've worked with, but like at least introduce yourself. We get some sort of a semblance of who you are before we could just be like, yeah, sure, get on the mic. Oh man.
Oh, I know. Send Sega Real. There we go.
We get the stupid shit out of the way.
Maybe we'll dig Roger Dodger out of the grave.
No, we won't.
roll the dice on it. Roll the dice on it.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, let's do it right now. A 5.
Damn.
Nope. He dead. He's dead forever.
Never using Roger Dodger for anything.
That's a 3 because Chris gets -2 on everything.
Yep.
So, he definitely didn't make that skill check.
I tried, Eric. I tried.
But yeah, if you want to jump on commentary, send me your reel, and I'll be the judge on whether or not you get to commentate KOF 14 on the SDR Open or Team Spooky Open, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it. We'll see.
The Spooky Classic.
Real honest
Desperation
SNK.
Regionals.
real honest SNK asterisk. Not actually honest.
Not really honest. You get a meter every time your character dies.
No.
Are we? No, I'm not gonna complain about that now.
So, all right, are we gonna move on to this 14 patch? Are we gonna talk about it now?
Yeah. Who wants to talk about it? Because that's who determines the role. You? All right, hold on. It's gaming. Oh, 15. Oh, shit.
All right, we're doing it.
17, baby. So, King of Fighters, what do you know about this, Paul? We got the patch coming in October right here?
That's the word on the street, sir.
Ah, okay. So, probably not an actual date given just yet, right? But
Nope,
October,
of course not.
that's good. So, it's probably going to be, if it's anything by Capcom timing, November 17th. We see in...
Oh, just in time for my birthday? Sick.
But, just like, we'll see what's up.
My only thing with it so far is that everybody has already taken it the wrong way so everybody's like, okay, they said we wanted the game to be fun, so we didn't necessarily immediately assume that we had to worry, like basically micromanage everything down.
Yeah.
But they also had already said they wanted to try to make sure not everything was too strong, because they said, well, obviously in Nakaruru's case, maybe the bird is too strong.
Yeah.
But everybody's acting like they didn't try to balance the game at all before it came out, and it's like that's not what they said at all.
Yeah.
And it's kind of annoying, actually. And by kind of, I mean it's really annoying. Because people, of course, are just using that as an excuse to continue bitching and being like, "See, I told you it's broken from day one," and just jerk off motion to the high heavens.
Yeah.
It's the cycle. The cycle.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right. People are always gonna bitch. You can't stop them. But man, it gets annoying when they're loud.
Oh yeah, when they start grouping up together and you're just like, hey, is there any voice of reason in here? And you're just like, nah, that guy got shouted down a month ago. He don't come around here no more, So I like that they're patching it. I'm liking that they're updating stuff. Not necessarily the balance. The balance, that's another beast entirely. But I'm liking that they're seeing that there's problems fundamentally, mechanically with the game, and they're like, okay, we need to fix that. And SNK's always been kind of good about that. You remember 13 Arcade? Obviously, we came out the box with Infinites. Some stuff was just not working right, and so they did maybe 2 or 3 different releases of that, and they got rid of a lot of that stuff. Some of that obviously didn't take. Obviously, we still had Arcade Raiden and Arcade K, and Arcade Liz and Arcade Kula and Arcade Blah, garbage. But they tried at least to fix things. And Gibby, would you think that was like probably the first time they'd ever try to do that, like in real time? Yeah, that's probably the first time they ever tried to do that. So I'm glad that they're holding on to that kind of philosophy, that kind of approach. And in case of 14, they're doing it in such a massive way where it's like, yeah, you're going to see big changes. Like, you saw the first patch and like the online immediately just became 100 times better. So I kind of wish they would just do that. I don't think, I'm probably going to get crucified for this, but like, I don't think they need to mess with the balance for another month. If that.
I just think that, and we've talked about this, and we always talk about it. I just think you need a couple months. You need more than 1 month to really decide balance. I know that everybody's going to be like, well, when should you do it? And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't necessarily feel like there's you can't put a concrete rule on these type of things. Now, I know everybody's going to want something, so I'd say 2.5 months.
I would think if you've been playing the game this long, and yeah, you complained a lot, and you still hate Knack, and honestly, like trolling aside, you're gonna hate Athena regardless. 2.5 months, and K-Dash, and Amateur, and all these other characters that are probably gonna bubble up to the top after they give the horrible nerf to Knack, like everybody's hoping for. And the worst part is, they're already better than her.
It's not so much that they're better than her. If you take away the things that make her like this problem that everyone's talking about, they are going to be the new problem.
That's what I mean, and that's
go on. I'll finish with that.
No, just it's the kind of problem where people like you just can't fix it. It's going to become a leaky boat. The holes are just going to keep popping up, and I just don't think zeroing in on one issue like that is just the best way to do it. And a month after the release, If you're going to do that 2.5 months later, then fine. Obviously, by then, people have either adjusted or not adjusted, and they're not going to, Mm-hmm. So you need to start thinking about how you can do some damage control for the people who bought your game and still want to have fun with it, because that's a very valid concern. Because not everybody's going to be the best. Not everybody's going to be able to adjust to certain things. Not everybody's going to be able to react to untrue block strings, you know? So if you can give those people like another reason to keep hanging on to the game for a couple of months without pissing everybody else off, why wouldn't you do it? But it's delicate.
I think, you know, I think I'll say this in SNK's defense is I think the reason they're going to do it now is because what they don't want to see is all the people complaining about X character, Y character, and it makes sense for them. And that's why I think NRS has always historically done fairly fast patches as well, because the last thing you really want is negative press about your game in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
I don't necessarily think it's best for the game itself, but it's definitely best for them in a marketing standpoint.
Yeah, and they're starting their new tournament series. When is it? January or February, something like that?
January.
So they want to try to make it. They want to try to fix the issues that they think people will complain about by then. But the problem is, if they're listening to Twitter, Facebook, all the people complaining, all they're going to see is how busted Nakurudo is. That's it. They're not going to see anything else about other characters. But like, we don't know what's going on with this patch. What if, like, I don't know, they tone Nakurudo down a bit, and they buff some of the shittier characters? That'd be great. That'd be amazing.
What if they still can't?
You know, honestly, that's what I want to see more than anything. Everybody's asking for nerfs, man. I want to see some buffs. Like, can we get Choi on the select screen? Like,
Damn.
Can he be a selectable character?
The whole team, please.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, you know what? Xanadu is looking a lot better than people think that he is.
Yeah, but as true as that may be, he's still not that good.
No, that's true.
If you're gonna play Xanadu, you might as well play like Angel or something.
Yeah, the problem with a lot of characters that are bad but not really bad is there's another character that's just like them that can do everything they do and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like technically I should not be playing Nelson, I should be playing Angel.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, that's going to be. There was that problem in Street Fighter 4. That's going to be the problem in any game where you have like 50 characters. There's always going to be a character that does the exact same thing better.
That's true.
But I do hope some of the characters get some buffs. There's definitely some characters at the bottom could use a little love.
And I think that's a lot easier to do than to try to like split the atom with like figuring out why this character is OP, you know? Like if you can figure out why a character is OP and then find a way to make them not as bad and still competitive, then great. You're a great designer. But more often than not, you're just gonna be like, crap, dude, this is like, if I get rid of this, then she's literally lost everything, you know?
Yeah, I think my thing about it is I think the only thing for like Nakaruru, I think the easiest thing you could do is just make Bird trade with fireballs, and that's it, and just leave her alone and see how that works. It's an easy fix. It doesn't really affect her too much. She shouldn't necessarily just be able to fucking throw Bird at you from full screen if you're a fireball character and you get to hold that shit.
The thing that I dislike about her, and it's not so much the Bird as much as it is like they kind of gave her like invul frames from 1 to like 9 on several moves. Like she's got a DP plus Bird Cling, and they're both 1 to 9 invul full body. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why does she need 2? Like,
I don't think Bird Cling is. I personally don't think Bird Cling is that bad.
I don't think Bird Cling's that bad either. If you're gonna jump on her in the corner and she just Bird Clings, I'm like, great. That's like the best thing I could have hoped for. But if I jump on her in the corner and she's like, oh, I got EX Super, oh, I got DP, like, or I could Bird Cling, you know, like, how am I gonna rock, paper, scissors me in the corner on the jumping? Like, and I'm only throwing rock. That's it. That's all I got is rock. She got 2 papers.
But you don't have rock because Rock Howard's not in this game.
Oh shit, got him.
Damn.
But yeah, I just think there's a few things that we'll see. I'm just really hoping that they don't. I'm really hoping that what we don't get is we don't get a patch that literally just like nerfs Nakaruru, Mature, K-Dash, and then everybody else stays the same. And I'm gonna be like,
I can already see what they're gonna do to K-Dash because that second shell is just.
I'm gonna stop you right there. No, you do not see what they're gonna do to K-Dash.
I don't. You don't think they're gonna nerf second shell?
You think that's the only thing that needs to be?
I didn't say that was the only thing. I said I already see what they're gonna do, and that's gonna
You do realize this entire patch there's a good chance they won't even touch game.
I said if they're gonna do it, I can say it's probably gonna be Second Shell. And they can do other stuff too. I'm not saying they won't, but I think Second Shell is like, that shit's way too forgiving.
What I want out of this patch more than anything else is patch notes.
Yeah, definitely.
Actual patch notes. Not like, hey guys, rebalance. Don't worry. We got you.
Well, remember how good they were about it with 13? They gave frame data and everything.
No. They were not good about it with 13.
Yeah,
they didn't tell you what changed.
Yeah, they did. They had a whole list.
A full list. There were
not a full list. There was a list.
Yeah.
There was not a full list, but there was a list. We don't even get that. You know, we don't even get that to go off of. Like I always say, we're swinging in the dark right now. You know, people are like, "Is that -3 on block?" Like, I guess. Like, well, okay, what do I have any 3-frame startup normals? Like, I don't know. Everything might
frame data would be nice.
Frames.
Yeah, frame data would be nice, but letting us know exactly what changed, and not in the way like, oh, you know, this is better, this is worse. It needs to be like very specific changes. What changed? How it changed?
Yeah, like this has less recovery. This has more startups. Things like that.
Yeah, no more invul on Athena's command grab. We got you, people. Don't worry.
That's had invul forever. That's never going away.
It wasn't that good before, man.
It has way too much invul now.
Yeah,
way too much.
Like I saw me, I jumped in on you, and you did it, and you just did it again. Like,
yeah. No, seriously, you can just do it, and it'll catch sooner or later. Like I said this during the pre-show. I purposely pick her and just do nothing but that move, and I catch people. And they're like, "Oh, I baited it out." It's like, no, I'm just doing that move, and I caught you because the move is stupid. That's it. It's like, oh, what? Did you press a button that pushes you close to me, or that brings your detection box, hurt box, or the throwable box, whatever it is, to me? I got you.
You stepped into the vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but yeah. So like, I can't imagine what they'll do outside of if they touch Knack and any other characters. But if they buff anybody, like, man, that would be the best. Because honestly, I think SNK is one of the best companies at making their characters good. You know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I just wish that certain things maybe you had a purpose, or other things like brought up, like certain normals being better, not just straight up stuffed and whatnot. There's still a couple moves in people's arsenals that just don't really have much usage in a match. Maybe like a 1 in like 100 chance it might be okay to use.
Well, even like that, it's like not
Chang standing C.
Well, even worse so, like Daimon's heavy kick roll. It has no purpose. It's invulnerable the entire time, but it's not like a regular roll where you go through people. You can cancel into it, but it has such long recovery that you're just going to hit him, and he rolls to you essentially.
Can you not cancel it?
No, it's not cancelable.
Oh, see, now that's a problem. That's one. Like, all right,
light kick version is. Heavy kick version is not. EX has the distance of the heavy kick version, but faster, and you can cancel at any time.
I think that's all right. That's not bad. The D version just should be bad. Like, that's.
I mean, then why even have a D version? He has A and C version of his command grab.
Yeah, that's
but they're both exactly the same.
Yeah.
So why not just make the purpose for it is so little. I haven't found any reasonable application for it.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Nelson. His D dash is just it's just bad. Like, you're never gonna need it, and you can't cancel any of them. And then you just EX. You just want to use the EX anyway because it has the speed and range of short dash, and it's full body invul. So it's like, yeah, why the fuck would I use any other version? Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen though. You get like 50 characters in one game. Some of these guys are just like, oh god, we got to finish these characters before the deadline. Just hope they're playable. Well,
I mean, they're all playable to certain aspects, but yeah, just some are just ridiculously stronger than others, which isn't the biggest issue, but the problem is that there are too many dead weight characters, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, there's like, it goes both ways. Sometimes when you try to rush to meet that deadline, you end up with a dud, and then sometimes you end up with third strike Chun.
And sometimes you end up with Ivanus.
Yeah.
Oof. Never want to end up with Ivanus.
Nope.
That's usually like that. That's
Really
like
invul.
the whole time.
But yeah.
I'm excited. I'm glad they're doing something because the other thing they're going to patch is the ranking mode, and I know a lot of people have been wanting to play ranking mode online. because going into lobbies that you aren't familiar with a bunch of people, sometimes it's like a pretty terrible experience. Playing with friends has been great, so I've got nothing to complain about there. But like playing,
it'd be cool if you could condense a room too, like force the other slots in the room to not be there, because they're just like bodies taking up room in there. If you're trying to like accomplish something, they're like, well, we're gonna go play over here. So like you said, you wanted to have a stream room or like a rotation where someone gets to play. It's just like people just take up space from other people who might want to like join in on what the main objective of the room is, and just move over to the side. And that's kind of stupid. Like, obviously, we're trying to do something here, so you just decided to just jump over to the side. Like,
hey, it's like being at a real tournament. You know, you're sitting here playing a tournament match, and these two chuckleheads come around and play a series right next to you, and they're like, "Oh, hey, man, can I use this seat?" Like, no, man. They simulate the real arcade environment.
Yeah, so like, I'd be cool. Like, you know, you keep the rooms as they are now, but also condense it to like one thing if you really want it to be that way. And you know, it's your choice whether you want to play there or not. But if you want to play a set with someone, then just make your own room. You know, there's nothing against that. What else? I'm glad that they're really putting the patch out in supposedly October, or at least before the tournament series. I kind of felt that this is going to be like, you pull out the game, this is the climate you have, you know, much like Dota, and then you release the patch before the big series, but like in like the preseason, so to speak. You know, you see initially what people's responses are. You can definitely see more of what the game has in store. And while not having to necessarily listen to everyone says, you at least have a better view on what happened within the game. So now with that, you can take it moving forward into really trying to get the balance to where you want to be in order to like, make characters better as a whole. Maybe there's some oversights or bugs that you definitely saw. And then when the tournament series hits up, boom, you know, everything's good. And then don't patch it again until like after that, or maybe the next one. You know, I really enjoy that part.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna. They also said they're gonna do yearly patches, so I'm hoping that these get less frequent, obviously, because I would think that after everybody is kind of satisfied, that they can just focus on what they want to do for a year. Because I'm pretty sure that means like new characters and shit. So.
Yeah.
Yearly patches will be nice, but they're gonna need to do in between for bug fixes and shit.
Right. I'm not worried about that.
The Zarina thing where she like hits you and you just fly all the way across the field.
Yeah.
That needs to be addressed, and like some people are basically saying it's working or functioning as intended.
No. Definitely not.
She needs that.
I would say she needs it, but it's funny. I like it.
She does so much other crap.
If she didn't have that, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal.
No, yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, that's like something Reynolds does to somebody, you know? That he's like, oh, you think you're good? Block this. You know, and then that's about all.
I think the one thing about, so kind of, you started talking about DLC characters, and that's another part of the thing they said, which was right now they don't have plans to do any DLC characters because they're not sure what they want to do. Now, of course, I'm sure we all assumed that they're going to do DLC characters at some point, and I'm sure they want to. But for now, they're kind of holding that close to their chest, and they're being like, well, some people are saying maybe 50 characters is already too many, so...
Yeah.
What if the update just takes somebody out?
As much as there's characters I would love in the game, like absolutely just love to see again, with the characters we have now, I probably would, like, 9 times out of 10 say, let's make these characters more interesting rather than add more to the fray and cause other stuff. So yeah, just like being able to make characters more unique or more interesting, you know, and stronger as they are now would definitely be awesome. And then just be like, well, we gotta have Rock, we gotta have, I don't know, Hokutomaru or whatever.
So you had your choice between DLC, and one of the DLC was like, let's say,
Jinfuha.
Oh boy. Jinfuha over game balance?
Yeah, Jinfuha over game balance. What are you gonna pick?
I'd still pick game balance because I'd rather have a more wholesome thing rather than just appeal only to me. You know, that kind of makes it everybody can feel like they get something out of it. Sure, it's a character that I would love to see come back. Hinako, Pow would be fucking great. You know, everyone hates these characters.
I was gonna say, wow, what are you doing?
I would really like the game just to be like something that people like, still wacky, still fairly unbalanced, but not, you know, push it closer together, make characters more unique, more interesting, give them more purpose. You know?
Yeah, and I think once they do that, a lot of people won't even care about new characters for at least a year, and then they can start thinking about that. And they can probably add like a team. That's it.
Well, I think what they did say they might do, and they said they are pretty much going to do, which will kind of help stave off the new character want, is that giving certain characters extra costumes, like the like different costumes from different years and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, that's going to be a big thing. And I was joking around, I think it was yesterday, where I was like, they're just going to give Athena every one of her costumes.
Yeah,
ever.
probably, man.
And somebody would be really stoked about that. I
Yeah.
guarantee it, because somebody's going to be like, oh, man, I really loved Athena's 2001 costume or something
with the
like that.
buns? Yeah, baby.
So, but... And there are plenty of other characters who you can give different costumes too. You know, obviously they already did the Nightmare Geese. What can we get? Young Geese costume? I mean,
Oh, wearing the suit.
Yo, Andy's
yeah,
down.
wearing the suit, the long hair. You know,
Daddy Bogard.
Oh, Andy's already in the game. What do we need young bees for?
So I'm sorry. Right?
I mean, you make a valid point.
Dandy Bogard.
I would like Mr. Karate 2 costume for Rio.
That'd be cool.
He's gonna wear his. He's essentially gonna look like Ken's current costume, kind of. But he was the original
Yeah.
guy wearing underwear armor.
Wow.
But I mean, there's so many of those characters have had so many looks over the years that there's plenty of things they could do with them that will make fans happy who, they're just big fans of KOF without having to bring in a whole new character.
Right, you'll bring in a lot of fan service.
Yeah, there's a large enough fan base that will buy it that only care for the costumes. They won't even play competitively, but they'll buy the costumes just to have it.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you bank on. Do that shit.
Yeah, and once they've banked on that a little bit, then I feel like they'll be able to more easily justify the development for new.
But yeah, they definitely should focus more on balancing the game a bit better, fixing issues here and there before DLC. DLC, we figured DLC is going to be inevitable because it's an easy moneymaker for the game.
It's also the future.
Like, who's not in this game? Oh, these people. Well, let's throw them in the game.
You know what would be cool, but totally not necessarily like a patch-worthy thing? You know how Guilty Gear had EX, old King Fighters had Uriforms, they even had Omega mode in, Street Fighter 4. Like, alternate versions of the characters, like old school style, like some of them, be like, oh, Robert's a charge character now. He can kick fireballs. Just add shit like that, Mix the game up. But make it more balanced than, EX modes from Gear.
Add a tag mode.
No, not add a tag mode.
No, come on,
we already got dream cancels and everyone can do them. It's like, why the fuck do we need that shit?
Put the characters back in the background. That way, when you get stunned, they can assist you.
Oh yeah.
Put the characters back in the background, and then they're also strikers now.
Oh shit.
You guys need to stop.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with my idea, but the striker thing, no, we don't need that.
Okay. How about this? Crossover with Mortal Kombat, we just put striker in the game.
I like it.
You know what? I'm down with it.
the crossover potential is actually real because they have been doing that for like years now.
That sick ass baton toss Striker had from
Oh yeah,
MK3 where he flies across the whole screen. That shit was.
Think about
damn.
it. That's just Ramon grab. That's just Maxima grab. It's all the same thing, Just put striker in the game.
It's
Just make sure
okay.
that EX gunshot makes him reel back in the air.
God, what a great character.
But what else? Yeah, because like you were saying, like with DLC and obviously the crossover with DOA, my brother actually bought that, and I did get to try out and it's weird. She actually can cancel into her special moves. She doesn't have as many moves as other characters. I did all of her trials. The last one pissed me off because it was incorrect, and then I didn't even do it right, but it still gave me the win for it.
Nice.
But it's really interesting how they translated her over. It doesn't necessarily feel like but like how she flows, how her moves work, it's definitely at its core, and that was just really crazy.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah. Her like back punch looks like her close C, where she puts the fan up in your face, and that's cancelable into her specials and whatnot. So I'm like, oh wow. So I'm just wondering. Obviously, DOA is the collaborator game at this point. They're just pulling everyone they can get their hands on. I wonder if we're going to see that back, on other stuff, or other Tecmo Koei franchises, like being able to be blended into something else. But if we see, Hayabusa also in Tekken 7 once the console version comes out, so we got, Akuma and Ryu Hayabusa. Who knows?
Wow.
I would be cool just because, maybe like they could not fuck him up. Those fucking Ninja Gaiden games in 3D are the fucking shittiest. God, I hate those games. Sorry about that. I had to stare off into the sunset for a moment. But no, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this game goes. I'm glad that it seems like they are going to be. I mean, that there's going to be more content coming, because obviously with 13 we didn't really get a lot. We got the random DLC team, and that was pretty much it. When I know a lot of people hoped that there was going to be more.
Yeah, and we had seen teasers of that basically.
Yeah, and now it sort of feels like they're kind of committing to at least something. So I'm pretty happy about that.
There's a lot of shaking going on.
So what else was anything else come out of TGS? Well, we got some stuff about SF5 for those who are paying attention to that, which is the Kazunoko Nakali costume for people who bought the Pro Tour DLC. Capcom Cup overall money has been upped by almost 90,000 due to the DLC. So that's pretty cool for people who like that game.
Oh yeah.
I think they announced Urien, like a date for Urien.
Yeah, he's coming out this Thursday.
Okay, well there you go. So that's cool. They finally get that last DLC character.
Is he the last?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's the last of the announced one.
Oh yeah,
first season.
For this season, yeah.
Yeah, first season. We'll see if they announce another season.
Also, what do you guys think? Like, I don't like how they're doing it, where it's a character every month or two or something like that. Why, you think it'd be better if they just release them all at once?
I could see why they did that, to help, keep people enthralled. Definitely seemed like it was in development hell for a little while, so they were just kind of working through it. I think it was fine how they did it, but at this point, I think it'd be better if they didn't do it again and rather just did a drop on characters. So for what it was as time went on, it wasn't the best way of doing things, but it worked, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, from here on out, I think the game plan should be changed just a little bit.
Because KI and MK do it, they just batch everyone up together, right?
I think so, but I think they're already pretty much done by the time. I think there's a first half of the season and a second half of the season.
Well,
Okay.
KI has been doing them. They release them one at a time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they're not too far from each other, right?
It's every month and a half when they do the seasons. I think. I want to say SF5 was trying to do it similar to that, actually. So.
The schedule got a little messed up, towards.
I think
summer,
that was.
so.
I think that really was the actual problem.
Yeah.
Was that the schedule got a little bit frazzled? I think if they had done, because remember when they were basically saying at first that there was going to be a character every month and a half. If they had stuck to that, I think a lot of people would not have been as kind of meh on it as it turned out. So I think they were. I don't know how much of that Capcom really could have, because if all the rumors are even somewhat true, they've had not the biggest team working on the game, so it's a dicey proposition.
Yeah, basically, they've only had they've had a limited staff, and you got to account for the fact that there's just some things you just can never catch, and then they end up being pretty bad, and you're like, well, I gotta fix it because it's not playable. The character's not good yet. So yeah, sometimes you hit some delays. That's why I'm not always a fan of the scheduled release for characters. Unless that character's done, and you're just tweaking things meshing and color edits and shit. But fundamentally and mechanically, the character should be ready to go when you announce the date.
Yeah, I think it was just weird, and I think that them having to do things like basically changing the way the store was going to work probably hurt things as well.
Yeah.
So
We'll
see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I assume if they plan on doing a season 2, we probably won't see anything about it until Capcom Cup.
I actually had some thoughts about season 2 because like they've been doing a lot of those character like bios on their like blog website, and recently they started doing all the Capcom All-Stars original characters, and they've been going pretty in depth with them. And I wouldn't be surprised if they appear in season 2, like Ingrid, who's already appeared in Alpha Double Upper, I think.
I feel like Ingrid is one of those characters that they're going to relegate to crossovers only at this point.
Because she's like way like she's crazy, right? Like
yeah, no, well, not even just that. Just because she's supposed to be in Capcom All Stars, but wasn't. But the first was in Capcom Fighting Jam. Sure, they put her in the like crazy last version Double Upper or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it feels like she was in. Or she wasn't in, but she was kind of like behind the backing of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So at this point, maybe they're just going to be like, oh, well, because she's from some other world or whatever, we'll just keep her with the crossover games. So I don't know. I think it's very possible. I just feel like maybe that's their game plan for her at this point.
Maybe.
Somebody, Viparas in chat saying they've already confirmed season 2 in their financial report. So.
Oh wow. Like season 2, like details, or just they're going to do it.
They're going to do it, I assume. I'm sure they didn't put any details.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But yeah, and obviously, with season 1, they're still probably. I mean, they announced those Red Bull costumes, and I think the less said about those, the better.
I was gonna say,
and they'll probably those things are fucking awful. Jesus Christ, those are ugly.
Like, hey man, every batch of DLC costumes, they gotta have one, man. Like in Street Fighter 4, we had like 8.
Okay, yeah, there were some really ugly costumes.
Yeah, man, they were just.
I can't even argue. But man, those Red Bull costumes. I looked at those and I was like, these are real designs. These are being made.
Ultimate Universe Ryu, man. And Ryu's a b-boy now. I hope that changes his moveset.
Yeah, I saw that. Serious shit. I had no idea that was him.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was those character profiles on like the NPCs that are in the series.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, those profile. Yeah.
So, talking about games and content, can I bring up something a little real quick here?
Sure, have to roll for it.
Oh shit, you got a one.
I can never talk about Virtua Fighter again on the show.
Oh well, we already knew that was it.
God damn it! I thought it said 7. At first, like, oh no, we got it.
Do we have any topics from the audience? Is that what you offered them? They sent us something we talked about?
I offered them, yeah. They didn't send us anything. Goddamn topic.
We'll try it again next week, I guess. Shit.
We try to interact with you guys, and you guys refuse to interact.
Didn't send nothing.
Since we're pretty much done with the SF5 talk, I think, unless somebody has anything else they would like to offer.
No, I'm pretty much done with that.
Can I talk about Virtua Fighter, please?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, go.
Okay, so as people might have known, the Xbox One backward compatibility list now has Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown being playable on your Xbox One systems. That isn't necessarily the biggest news. It's not a new game, but you can still play your old one, which is really cool. It makes me a little sad, though, because it's definitely an emulation, I guess, of the 360 version, which means that chances of seeing it on PC or PS4 are probably slim to 0.
Oh, whack.
But what was announced was that in Yakuza 6, you can play Final Showdown in-game, and if it's anything like 5, you can play the game and go online and play multiplayer. So I want to play Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown through Yakuza 6 against other people because I want to play more Virtua Fighter, and I don't want to plug my PS3 back in. I'm sure nobody's online anyways. So
if that ends up being real, man, that actually is kind of revolutionary.
Yeah. So, man, I really want to play more Virtua Fighter.
I thought you were going to talk about how Yakuza 6 has New Japan Pro Wrestling stars in it. No?
Oh, well, yeah, that's actually awesome too. You can make your own crew. It looks like they're dressed up like hosts too. Some of them. Let's see, who do you got? You got
Toruyano.
Yeah, Yano being in there is great.
Yano's the best part. I don't even care about anybody else.
YTR. We got Naito from Los Ingobernables. Who else? Tanahashi, Okada, which I always think it's funny that Okada's name is written in katakana and in a Western style. Who else did they have? I know we said like 4 people and there's like 2 more or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. But
oh man.
But yeah, going back to VF, you know, a lot of people. Well, I guess I can't say a lot of people in the U.S., but you know, people in the U.S. do want to see a new VF game.
I think a lot
just,
of people
you know, it's Sega, man.
You know what I feel about that, man. Come
There
on,
have been rumors.
There have been
all over
rumors
Twitter
for a while.
Yeah, now there more people are talking about it. Plenty, like people who are in the know, I guess you could say, are like hinting at a new VF coming out soon. Several have said it. Something should be announced between now and February, which is really annoying. Because why are you gonna give me a goddamn 6 months, like 6 month time frame on when this game is coming out or being announced?
Because it's Sega.
Yeah, it is Sega.
And he got you there.
I've been here before.
Anyways,
You've been hanging around.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Yakuza 6 and everything that it brings forward.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it hits the States, because I know Zero's coming out in the beginning of the year, and 6 will probably hit the States too.
I want a compendium. I want a collection box, because I only played 1 and then I lost it, and then they stopped bringing them out here, and I was like, well, that's a story.
Well, they had 2 that came out on PS2. I think they're like the HD Wii ones didn't come out, but yeah, and those and like Kenzan never showed up. But we did get Yakuza of the Dead or whatever.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're gonna get Metal Gear Survive?
Yeah, probably.
Hanzo Gonz is looking forward to Metal Gear Survive.
Woof.
I think he might actually go slap everyone who buys the game. The way he's tweeting about it.
I like how they actually had to have a press release where they're like, yeah, Kojima has nothing to do with this. And I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, they had to do that because some people still seem to think that he's working on Metal Gear. Metal Gear is under his studio. Like, I don't know.
God.
Yeah.
Gamers, please.
It's pretty funny.
It is. At least they're doing something, right? People were saying they were gonna do nothing, but they did something. They literally killed it.
I was about to say, yeah, they did something. They buried Metal Gear. They're like, hey guys, I heard you like zombies. I heard you like Metal Gear. Well, guess what?
Zombie Metal Gear. Oh my God.
Now you can play with your friends.
Oh, survival games.
How much you want to bet? Like a year after it's released? Not even a year after it's released. There is a mobile tie-in.
Why not, man? Just let it all go right to the shitter.
Let it rock.
Just ride that dumpster fire all the way.
Sometimes you just got to gamble on the loser, you know.
Chris, I've never bet on you one.
Wow. Wasn't even see me in blackjack.
I've never bet. Being honest, man.
Yeah, I know. It is definitely not honest. I am lying every time I play that game. All right, well, I think we did it, and we didn't have time to play any matches unless you wanted to get one in real quick. But
I mean, you guys got about 10 minutes if you guys want to play a couple.
Let us do a match, Chris.
All right, cool.
Match.
Invite
hell.
Invite to hell.
While you guys are doing that, I can talk about how the cruiserweights showed up on Raw. It looks like they had a #1 contenders match for T.J. Perkins' cruiserweight title, and Brian Kendrick won. So looked like it was a pretty good match from what I could kind of see out of the corner of my eye.
Nice to hear from him again.
That cruiserweight belt is disgusting.
You know what? It's still better than the fucking shit. It's still better than the original fucking Raw like tag pennies. And it's still better than the Universal Championship.
The Universal one is the red one, right?
Both of those championships are terrible.
The blue one looks completely fine. Oh wait, it's not blue. I'm sorry, it's black. The women's blue title looks completely fine.
Keep it formal. Keep it cordial.
Yeah, I guess.
And make sure that you go to the cordials aisle. You know.
But so
All right, I'm ready to catch this Athena work.
Quick side note: tonight you might have noticed I only took one sip, but I've been drinking blue cherry Gatorade for my boy Hanzo Gonzo. It was his birthday yesterday. Today is LeBron's birthday, so happy birthday to LeBron. I said it earlier.
Happy birthday to LeBron.
And
Happy birthday to Hanzo.
Hanzo told me some secret tech about the blue cherry Gatorade, so
Wow.
you know.
Kind
Oh wow, 49 months in a row, Quintessa. You have been like way super Team Spooky faithful. I only have a,
TS 49er.
yeah, seriously. Holy crap! Thank you so much. I mean, that's probably not our place to say it, but we
Yeah, we
love
don't
it.
see any of it, but thank you for
Yeah.
supporting.
No, you're like seriously. If I wasn't broke all the time, I probably would have been right there with you. I haven't watched Spooky for too long. Just in TV days, back when we used to watch Leprechaun in the Hood and shit.
What happened to own
oh
TV?
my god, you go back. Do you have one of the original shirts?
I used to, but then it got stolen.
Oh, was it in the car at Evo?
Yeah,
Oh, that's so sad.
yeah.
Along with the Sanchez shirt.
I've been an entity that has been, orbiting Team Spooky, like for a lot of my last 7 years or whatever. Wow, it's probably been. Has it been that long? Has it been longer than that? How long has Team Spooky been around? Since 08, 09? Oh, fuck.
I mean, Vic's been around technically in the scene in a long ass time, but
Well,
I don't
yeah,
remember,
but I just
don't
mean,
remember when he actually started like doing stuff, like being kind of like an organizer, streamer.
Yeah, much
Well,
love.
you gotta figure around 09 is when when streaming first even started happening.
Yeah, because I Play Winter was like what 08 when Hans was really getting in there.
No, I Play Winter was I want to say 2010.
Oh man, I gotta say, Team Spooky was the first place that I saw Tales from the Hood as well. I had never seen that movie before, but I watched it, and boy, did I have quite a few laughs.
There was definitely, I cannot remember his name. It's escaping me. There was an East Coast streamer before. He was one of the first guys to do it. He actually ended up doing commentary on Tekken 6 at MLG with Rip. The guy's name is escaping me right now. Because he kind of he stopped doing FGC stuff, at least nationally. So, but
yeah, yeah. Much
It's
love
been
to
a
you,
long time.
Contessa.
I take it back. Angel definitely doesn't have guard break.
She does.
I
She needs EX. Yeah, she needs EX.
Oh, okay. Well, raw guard break.
Man,
It's probably still better than that.
I'm definitely losing track of time because I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be more around 4 years that I've been really been watching this shit, and then I just realized our podcast is probably longer than that, like older than that at this point. Shit. Yeah. Where does the time go?
oh yeah, actually I remembered. It's Seb. Seb Ree was the guy who was streaming. I don't remember what his channel was. But I don't even remember what he streamed on, to be honest with you. It might have been Justin as well.
I worked with Seb for I think 2 years.
Yeah.
FADC
And-
Frame Advantage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was. And Glenn, GYT was doing some stuff early too.
Yep. Like those are the ones doing it regularly. There were still some of us that actually streamed, but not big. Like Knockin'
Yeah.
Knockin'
Oh,
Eye since 06, 07.
Yeah, the same for Mizuki, right? And
Yeah.
he used to stream way back in the day too. Yeah, it existed, but yeah, it wasn't really as like a regular thing. Not something that you could just turn on like a TV.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Ustream. Okay, that's what it was.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I forgot when people used to stream on Ustream.
Dude, we
God.
streamed everything.
Because what got me and Knock into it back in the day was seeing the Japanese do it on Nico Nico. So we're like, oh, they could do it. We could do it too.
Shit
And
was
that's
hard.
essentially what we did. It was very difficult. We used a Dazzle capture device.
Oh god, the best.
Yeah.
I remember when everybody was using Dazzles, just
Oh,
in the very
yeah.
beginning. Like everybody was mad poverty.
Yeah, well, I mean, you really didn't have much more easily accessible. Like, if you were balling, if you had a Hapaj, like that's when you were.
Oh my god, yeah. Is
Yeah.
that actually how that's pronounced? I don't even know.
I don't
looked
know.
at that- yeah, I
I'm
looked
probably
at that
saying
word
it
and I'm like, hoppage? Like what?
Yeah.
What
I'm
is
probably
this
saying it
word?
all wrong. But yeah,
Dude,
that
I
was the
know.
real big like, dude, you see this guy? He's streaming in 720. Holy shit! I mean, the stream's downscaled to like 415p. But
Yeah, I remember when we couldn't even watch it.
God, the sick old days of the stream life, man.
I should just roll it again.
What the hell? Why are we just nostalgic about this? Has it been that long? Can I really be nostalgic?
I mean, yeah, actually, it really hasn't.
Ah,
It's like
been-
it's
Go,
like
go.
almost 8 or 9 years now.
How old am I?
A million. I'm like 2 billion.
Not only has it been that long, we've come a very, very long way since.
Oh yeah. I remember when 415 or like whatever P was like the secret tech of like the best quality versus frame rate like you could get
When the
for
monitors were
like the internet. God.
I mean, you know, you still got to remember, there are still people who we always just sort of wax nostalgic about, like watching old videos before YouTube and
Yeah.
like
oh, man.
downloading off like FTPs or IRC. So
Yeah.
you know, the early days of streaming is something in its own, you know, streaming was wild back then. It was,
people-
like you say, man, you're watching Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, right? Like it was seriously the Wild West out there. You just did what you wanted. Man. That shit was so godlike. And the Team Spooky house streams were so good. That's where I told Nerd Josh, play Bayou Billy. Like 5 or 6 years ago, it was me.
Playing that fucking game now?
It was me all along.
Oh, it was you, Austin?
It was. It actually was. I'm like, yo, play Bayou Billy, because I knew that game was shit. I played it with my friends all the time, and it was hella hard. I'm like, yo, these guys are kings of poverty, so obviously they're gonna be good at Bayou Billy. He gets fucked on the first stage. He doesn't even get the driver's shoot. I'm just like, damn, this shit sucks.
You know you ruined Josh's life, right? I told you this years ago.
He keeps like trying to find copies of Bayou Billy to play it.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
like he has to prove. It's like he beat it once and he has to prove that he can do it again. I think.
Yeah. The secret to beating Bayou Billy is never dropping the stick, ever. Second you drop that shit, the game gets instantly harder.
Yeah, I heard it's like if you die, it's like no point in playing the game for that.
You don't have the stick, you can't zone people out, and you just like start losing. Like you start trading in fights, you know. It turns into
You just get waxed.
Yeah. Oh man.
What a day.
God.
Always fun to talk about old shit.
For so long, I was thinking like, man, it'd be so cool to be part of Team Spooky, and now we're affiliated. Like, what the fuck happened?
You're like, oh. And Spooky is like, you know, the biggest fighting game streamer in America.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't it?
From grassroots to
Humble beginning.
exactly.
You know, some soft music plays in the background.
I feel bad too because the Spooky streams definitely got Spooky kicked out of his apartment because they were too loud.
Oh man, that's not.
I was trying to cancel the super.
So, all right, guys, this is the last one. This one's for King of the Universe, as Alex would say.
Maybe that should be our tournament series, Born to be Kings.
Oh my god.
Oh, King of the Universe? What's it called?
Hell yeah. No, Princes of the Universe.
Oh, you're right. My bad. The Highlander.
There can be only one.
True.
You don't have 2 grand finalist champions, you know? You only got 1.
So
2 is not a
tonight,
winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
I am
Oh,
the king of the universe, right?
Yeah, that's you. You're
Nah,
the best.
You're just an Athena player.
No, I'm not.
That is some hate right there. I'm
Just
telling
I
you.
am not an Athena
Just
player.
another
Oh,
Athena
also,
player.
can we get another roll, Gibby?
11 plus 2, 13. I'll allow it. That's fine. Go ahead.
Alright. I got
DM,
Dragon
I
Quest
can do it.
7 today.
Oh, I need to get that.
Last one at the store.
Man, I was just looking up Dragon Quest 6, the DS version, and it's like $80 on him.
I
So sad. I need to get that somehow.
watched a good show it off without it, like, reflecting all.
Yeah,
I just showed it up. I don't.
I like how you both have it in your hands. Like,
You know
Gibby is
what's-
currently playing it.
Yeah, you know what's awful about it? So check it out. This is the game. When you open up the game, there's no fucking instruction manual in this game.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Welcome to
21st
2016.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Like, I seriously do not buy video games anymore. And the last one, like, I'm sure I bought something in between then and now, but the last one I can remember buying or getting was KOF 13. And I didn't buy it, but it was sent to me, and it had a book in it. This doesn't have a book in it.
You know, it's really sad, like, when RPGs don't even have, like, a manual or a map or some kind of cool... Like, that was what half the fun of buying RPGs used to be.
You know, all the Dragon Quest games came with, like, back in the day, Dragon Warrior 1 through 4, they came with a regular instruction manual, they came with a mini guide, they came with a monster, like a bestiary, I think they call them, they came with an item guide, they came with a world map, they came with so much shit.
Came with the spell card that you got, like Dragon Warrior. Man, I miss that stuff. That was all awesome.
And now, it comes
you
with...
don't get shit. Now you can't even get a manual.
You got download. It's DLC.
But the good thing about it is, I guess, well, so the 7 remake, I'm only like maybe 2 hours tops into it. It is, they got rid of a lot of the useless bullshit.
Shit.
Like, the start of the game took 2.5, 3 hours until you got to the goddamn first world. Or first island. And this one I did it in like 30 minutes. I was like, oh shit.
Hey Gibby, I think I'm fucked. It says on the back here, basic reading ability is needed to fully enjoy this game.
We all know you're not a book reader.
For, you know, Anthony, if you want to feel accomplished and good about yourself, Paul needs the game. You're not into reading.
Just send it to me, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll read the game to you as I play it, okay?
There you go.
I'm just going to tuck me in at night.
Yeah, I was about to say it'll be SDR audiobook edition.
Oh, God.
Fireside chat.
I selected heal.
Hit him with frizz.
I selected heal more. Alright, I think that's a good way to end the show.
Yeah, once again, if you guys are interested in a King of Fighters 14 online tournament series that we'd be streaming here, whether you'd watch it, whether you'd play in it, let us know. I put up a tweet. Please respond to that tweet or tag me and SDR at Manchester and at SDR on Twitter.
At
and
SDR
let us know what you think. Yeah, SDR Cast. Jesus, I'm stupid. I don't even know my main account. For those who don't know, SDR is my main account on TweetDeck. So
yeah, basically. So if you ever see something really dumb tweeted out by SDR Cast, it's normally.
That's why he's always trolling me, man.
There's a 10%. There's a 10% chance that something stupid posted by me as well.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
For what it's worth, we don't talk about this, but this Dr. SDR guy, he's a very handsome fellow.
Oh yeah, so, Dr. SDR.
All
right, but yeah, hit either of those accounts up on Twitter if you have any interest. Even if you just want to watch, say that you'd be really excited to watch it. Just let us know.
Dr. SDR is actually not, or is not allowed to play because he's a doctorate in Thuganomics.
Ooh, these are basic Thuganomics.
Yeah.
And with that, thanks for listening to another episode of Super Desperation Radio. So, from everybody here, good night and good luck.
All right, we're good.
Really basic.